Welcome to Sports with Truck and Chubby, man. We is gonna talk about the Big Ten. We're gonna talk about some other things, man. What's going on about there. But right now, go ahead and hit that like button for me one time. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And if you already haven't, go ahead and share the content with your friends and family. Don't forget to hit the notification bell for all updates because the videos are coming at weekly live Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 p.m. for the Central Time, 4:30 p.m. for Mountain Time, and 3:30 p.m. for the Pacific West Coast people. All right, drop a bomb for everybody. Now, okay, I'm on X. I'm a troll. I get it. I like to call it trucking. Okay, some people say you're clout chasing if you do it like that. Well, ain't it clout chasing too when you just follow somebody because they have a bunch of subscribers or a bunch of followers and you just go ahead and you add? Aren't you clout chasing then? Hating. People say hate. When you have a good take or something that everybody don't agree with, it's hating. People do it to me all the time. People do it to other content creators all the time, right? You don't like their videos or you click off of it or you say something about them behind their back. So is that hating? Because it's not hating when you say it to their face. That's considered correction or criticism. But when you do it behind somebody's back, that is considered hating, right? Right. Okay. I just want to drop a bomb. I just wanted to, prove some points or whatever. But I love college football, and that's what I'm here to talk about. And I got my papers. You hear me? I got them. All right. Now, what I was saying was Mike from Nebraska and the Cornhuskers. Matt Rule, what he did was nothing short of genius. He linked up with Matt McChesney. He went in Colorado's backyard and got their secret repman and said, you know what? Matt Rule said, man, if he ain't going to use that dude, I'm going up there. Hey, yo, Matt, I don't know if the conversation went like this, but I'm just saying, I'm guessing. Hey, yo, Matt, what you got up here, man? Who up here? Who them dogs right now? Coming up right now? Who you got that's ready to go right now? Who you got for the future? Oh, yeah? Oh, him? Okay, here go my card. You call me. Don't call them. I got you. That's a bet. That's a bet. He running the business. His best interest is your cousin, your child, your cousin, or your relative, period. That's who his best interest is for. Period, point blank. And it's not like that there wasn't, the Colorado schools don't have first pick. They just choose not to go about him. All right. And that shouldn't be. And you shouldn't have to tone down your personality neither, because in order for somebody to want to deal with you, if they don't want to deal with you, they just ain't the person for you. You just need to just move on, because somebody somewhere likes the way that Matt McChesney goes about how he talks and how he handles himself. If you can't accept him for being himself, then he just ain't for you. That's just what it is. Like, don't go to switching yourself up and trying to be Hollywood to pander for to fit in with these people who really don't even want you around. They want you to change yourself. Like, why? Like you don't abuse your child. You're a great father, run a great business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just misunderstood. Like, period, point blank. You don't understand. And a lot of people are misunderstood because you just don't have that life experience. You haven't been through nothing in life. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how that feel. You don't know what it is. But I can go on and on about this and whatever else. You know what I'm saying? And people say hating when you say little controversial things or things they don't agree with or things that they don't want to hear. But yet and still, we do that to each other all day. People who are content creators, people who are very good internet people on social media lists, or we do that to each other constantly every single day. You know what I mean? So it's just what it is. And a wise person once told me, and I'm gonna close out, but with this little rant here, is if it wasn't for haters, would you be you? I guess not. So I guess that I'm a hater too. Anyway, let's keep it going. So He's a genius what Matt Rule is doing over there. Why do I say that? Because he goes and grabs Deontay Dahl from Oregon, which don't really have any stats you can really look on the paper for him. But you know he's a beast. He was up in Oregon backing up Bucky. Big guy, career the rock. We know that, all right? Because he would Dan Lanning wouldn't even been on Dan Lanning's roster. All right, cool. Stephon Thompson, linebacker from Syracuse. Who's Stephon Thompson? He's up in Syracuse. First of all, there been some dogs up there in New York, but Matt Rule seen something and said, I'm gonna grab him. Not a lot of people know about him, but Mika Mays, okay? Mika Mazuka. Is that it? Is that how you pronounce that? I hope that's right. I'm bad with last names. Do not get on me, whatever. Mika Mazuka. Now I went and did a research on him. 6'5", 337 from Florida. Over there with the Cornhuskers. Offensive grade 71.4. Pass blocking 61.9. Run blocking 72. Yo, and they got him as a 3-star, and he's just improving coming back to college football. It's only going to get better, and he's going to a conference where they're definitely going to need that run blocking. And Dylan Raiola being his quarterback, you got to come in there, and all he has to do is manage the game, and be able and have toughness and bring out that Georgia toughness. Bring that Georgia toughness, Dylan, up there in the Big Ten, manage the game. He'll be just fine, and the Cornhuskers will be successful on offense. Now, they did go and grab some receivers. Jamal Banks, wide receiver from Wake Forest, tested really good. 6'4", 205. He can block on the edge. He can definitely set that edge at wide receiver because he has a run blocking grade of like a 57.8, pass blocking grade, and not that matters, but it may 54.1. Overall offense, 77.6. Receiving, 78.3. Running, 63. That is really good. Jamal Banks from Wake Forest. Matt Rule is going like, and you can tell he's bringing that little bit of NFL experience and what he's learned. Like, okay, I'm going to grab some guys, but I got to grab guys who want to come in here and work and a little bit under the radar because there's two guys. There's a couple of guys like Bly Hill, quarterback in corner that they went and grabbed up. You say, okay, group of 5 guy, like Division 2 guy. Yeah, he went and grabbed him because he's a hell of a tackler. He can tackle his ass off. That's one thing we do know he could do. Maybe it's a little bit of covering issues for him in the Cornhuskers, but he can work on that. But he's a for sure tackler, and that's what you need at cornerback in the Big Ten is somebody who can wrap up and tackle. And his run defense is 84.4. His defensive grade was a 72.4 PFF. His pass rushing was a 62. His coverage was a 68.4, which is like not that far behind some of our great cornerbacks that's coming back this year. So, you know, you to each his own with that. You know, and he's coming like Division 2, but let's see. And he's a cornerback, so I'm sure that will translate over to the Division 1 or whatever, you know what I mean, to Power 5. It definitely will, you know what I'm saying. It's harder for offensive line and defensive line to get the grasp of that because group of 5, and let's just be honest, in Division 2, offensive line and the defensive line are a little bit smaller, not as talented as Power 5. It's a different level when you talk about in the trenches, but when you're talking about wide receiver, cornerbacks, which are like skill positions, you know, it's easier to transition over, which is smart by Matt Rule. Okay, let's be honest. All right, them Cornhuskers. Now they did go and grab a receiver from Texas, Isaiah Nair. Cool. Not a lot of tape on him. There's some tape on. I'm saying tape. And a lot of stats to put together. No PFF grade for him. So under the radar, another pick. And like I said, they are doing something over there and working on something over there with Nebraska and the Cornhuskers and Matt Rule linked up with Matt McChesney, which is genius in my opinion, because there's no way in the world you have a whole academy place where all offensive linemen and defensive linemen go train and get better, and you see the finished product of dealing with a Matt McChesney. Matt McChesney is not bullshitting. He's not just putting anything out there. Like, and that's the crazy thing. He's not just putting. There's nobody that goes through that academy that has played in D1 that we have seen that sucked. We have not seen that, y'all. I'm just saying, man. All right. He knows how to make them. That's all I'm saying. And it's crazy that Somebody, he shouldn't have been able to go be in that backyard. It should have been funnel. But hey, look, keep doing your thing, man. That's all I gotta say. Keep doing your thing, man, and work with whoever go. You know what I'm saying? Get them kids the best future and everything else, man. But some of these guys on Twitter be tripping. You just gotta laugh at them and just leave it like that, man. Because you know, shit, I'm getting called weird. You know what I mean? And shit like that. But anyway, back to my homework. The Big Ten ball. Big Ten ball, man. Look, Aiden Chiles coming over from Oregon State. Now I'm going to Michigan State. Why am I Michigan? I'm talking about everybody. But he's a good quarterback. I mean, he only completed 24 passes out of his 35 for 309 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He really didn't get a lot of playing time, so you really can't judge that too much off of it. But he can move. I mean, got a nice height, 6'3", 200 pounds, can move. And look, they're building around that. They're rebuilding around that. And he may well be like really good in the Big Ten. But we do know that he has the potential to be a good quarterback. That's why I mentioned him. Tyler Van Dyke, another little controversial pick from Miami. Turned the ball over a lot in Miami. Let's just be real. He had 19 touchdowns, 12 interceptions on the season in Miami. He had, he completed 66% of his passes, but I just think Miami didn't fit for him. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. Like, he was off at Miami. You know what I mean? He probably, I don't know what he was doing. Probably, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what he was doing in Miami. We don't know if Miami fit, but I do believe that Wisconsin will be more his speed, more of a country type setting. He seems like a country type guy. And that's more of his style, his setting, in pace. Therefore, he'll be able to focus, fit in more. And I think that we'll see a different product of Tyler Van Dyke up there at Wisconsin. I don't think it's fair to the Hurricanes fans, but it is what it is, right? And I do believe that we'll see a good product up there at Wisconsin. Now, PFF graded him outstandingly. Overall offense, 85.9. Passing 85.3. With the run, it was like 55.7. But that's what you need. You need somebody who can go out there and sling that ball in Wisconsin. If you watch Big Ten ball with the Wisconsin, the one thing they struggled with was the passing game. Okay, a little bit, but they just got a good passer of the ball. We know what he's going to do. All right, he's proven that already. All right, so if you want to go into Tyler Van Dyke's stats, he's 6'4", 230. He completed 219 of his 333 passes for 2,703 yards, completed 66% of his passes, 19 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, had a pass rating of 146 and a QBR of 71. All right, so we know what they're getting up there. That's pretty damn good. All right. When you talking about Curtis Ryuk from Indiana. Now we talking about Indiana. Why Indiana? Because I'm going with some of the worst teams. Indiana got Curtis Ryuk from the MAC, 6'5", 231, big guy. Like people like to say Big Ben, or because when he's a big white guy, you like to say Big Ben or Josh Allen type quarterback. However, he completed 195 of his 307 passes. He 2,207 yards for 64% of his passes. He was completed 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, had 137 passer rating, 60 quarterback rating. They ran a lot. He ran a lot. He could run. And why is that? We know this because of PFF. PFF graded him a decent high runner. I think so. When you rank a runner as a quarterback at 74.1, yeah, he can get off. That 6'5", 231 pound frame can move. All right, watch out. Overall offense was 86.5, 76.2 passing. It's not bad. Indiana, they still got some work to do over there. We all know that, of course, but that's a good start with getting Curtis Ryuk. Okay, now what they're going to put around him, get him some toys, a little bit more protection, because a lot of those left. In my opinion, the best guys left. You let the guy Bedford went over to Oregon, and Zach Carpenter went to Miami. I really like those guys. When I watch film, they was putting in that work. They were just putting in that work. All right. Um. So that was, let's talk about them. Now on to USC with Jaden Maivia. They're letting their quarterback went to Fresno. Okay, their 5-star went to Fresno, and they're like, wow. Okay, so they get Jaden Maivia from University of Nevada, Las Vegas. What was going on there with that? Okay, so you see what's going on, and I'm being honest. I didn't catch a lot of the Mountain West ball. I did not. The first time I seen him was in a bowl game, and I like what I saw. I like what I saw. He can scoot, he can move. I had no idea that he was as tall as he was, but he definitely was moving. I ran like a back, and look, I'm like, okay, USC, but can he pass? And I think that's what he has to work on is his passing. I know he has to work on his passing. Okay. Now, will it translate over USC? But however, USC got some flyers. They got some flyers on that team at receiver, and Lincoln Riley will get it set up. And I believe that he does pretty good job with getting quarterbacks in the best position possible to be successful. He does a pretty dang good job with doing that, but his defenses always are questionable. We know this from experience, and that's what just time tells us. Okay. But when you get to looking on paper, everybody's fired right now, right? But we do know that that's what Tam has telling us. Jaden Maivia, like I said, completed 224 of his 353 passes. He threw for 3,085 yards on the season, completed 64% of his passes, 17 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, had a passer rating of 147 and a QB rating of 57. Like I said, got to work on the pass. PFF had him at offense 62.6. Then they had him at a passing at a 63.1, and his run was 54.0. What I thought was a little bit low, and I'm like, I don't know. It was moving around a little pretty good to me. But look, they never get it wrong. They rarely get it wrong over there. I really like what they do over there at PFF. I honestly really do, and they rarely get it wrong. So you got to look at that. You got to say, okay, yeah, something's working over there. All right. Now, up into some other guys. Talking about backups. No, maybe a backup there. There's still time to flip. You know what I mean? What's going on? But I really, really like what Oregon has done. I really honestly like what Oregon has done over. And why do I like that? Okay. Oregon went and got Dante Moore and Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel was excellent over there at Oklahoma. And Oklahoma was excellent. All right. Let's not sleep on that guy. Undersized, and that's what sometimes that bothers me, being undersized. Anyway, he was balling out. Dante Moore got some things to work on. There's no rush for Dante Moore to want to be the starter in Oregon. However, prepare like the starter in Oregon. Go there and learn from a senior quarterback who will be drafted, and learn how to prepare, get better, and be ready, because things happen. When you're going in a college football season, it is almost inevitable to be banged up and hurting and cramping in some kind of way. We don't want that to happen to anybody, right? We do not want that to happen to anybody, but it's going to happen. You're going to get banged up, going to get bruised up. Things may happen. They got a backup quarterback, and there is no reason why Oregon cannot go in and say, okay, Dillon can't go today. He's a little sore. Dante, step up, do your thing. You know what I mean? And that's the option they have to do that. And I think that that's very good. As long as they, Dante goes in there with that mindset, look, I understand. Because he still got 3 years? He got this year and then 2 more years of eligibility left. So look, there's no rush. There's no rush. Go there, learn the offense, work hard, because you're going to get your number called. That's a fact. We know he's going to get his number called, and that's a sweet thing, because, you get a little banged up, you're a little sore. Hey, Gabe, go in there and get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I like what Oregon has done, with the 2 quarterbacks. And PFF had Dylan Gabe at we know what total offense 91.6. Passing, they had him at a 90.3. His run, they had him at a 78.2. Moving around there. You hear me? Dante Moore, of course, they had him at a overall, I think at 58.3. Then they had him passing at a 60.1. They had him running at a 48.4. Okay. Like I said, he's just a freshman. And for him to even be on it as a freshman is pretty dang on good. Got some things to work on. Take time to get it done, and that's what's up. Let's go. And but I haven't gotten to the best yet. I'm building up there. Will Howard going to Ohio State. Why do I mention Will Howard from Ohio State? Why? I'm going to tell you right now. 6'5", 242 pounds. Will Howard, no joke. Completed 219 of his 357 passes for 2,643 yards. Had a completion percentage of 61, 24 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, passer rating of 140, 75 QBR. Listen to me. Balled out in Kansas. And he went to Ohio State to win. Ohio State very well, they are loading up in Ohio State. And they got a quarterback who can get it done. And Will Howard, that will step up and get it done. You hear me? He will come up there. As long as he goes up there and get it done. You want his PFF grade? His PFF total offense, 78.1. Passing, 71.1. His running, 78.6. Big guy that can move outside the pocket, make plays. They will ball. And I mean, McCord, it just seemed like things just wasn't it up there for him for some reason. Something was off, you know what I mean? With the way he was running that offense. I mean, he was hitting Maserati, and there was sometimes he couldn't complete certain passes. He couldn't make all the throws, He'd be under pressure a couple times and he'd be off with throws. However, Will Howard come from the Big 12, a tough Big 12 that is absolutely slept on for its toughness. To me, especially hearing about it nowadays. But anyway, Will Howard going up Ohio State is going to be fun to watch. I think they replaced McCord appropriately, and they did a good job doing that. Now we have to wait and see what's going on. But I'll be evaluating more positions from Ohio State. And this ain't the first time you're going to hear me talk about the Big Ten, so stay tuned. Now, who have I been with? Two quarterbacks. Dylan Raiola. We already know 6'3", 230 pounds. Going over to Nebraska. And I talked about Nebraska and Matt Rule earlier in the show. I'm talking about Dylan Raiola right now. 5-star freshman. Number 2 nationally. Composite, he's what? Number 6 nationally. Number 1 in the state of Georgia. But is an absolute beast. And like I said, and I'll say it one more time for the people who probably didn't hear me the first time when I said it. All he has to do is manage the game. That is it for the Cornhuskers. Go in there, manage the game, get comfortable, and then become the game changer that we know you can be. Learn how to manage it first, and then become the game changer. Do not go in there trying to play hero ball, because that's when mistakes happen. And that happens for a lot of QBs. I think it just happens for a lot of QBs. And the reason why you really can't say, because some quarterbacks, right? Some quarterbacks have to prove themselves, like a Cameron Ward. Some people, he has to prove himself, and why he come back to play. However, just get the continuity with your guys, learn the plays, then get comfortable in the offense, then become the game changer. Don't rush it. Don't rush coming back. Just let it come. Just let it come, because it will come. You'll find with your offense, you'll have the chemistry with your guys, the hot routes, so forth and so on. And that goes for a lot of people, but it's hard. It's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. Period. That's all that is. Okay. Now, Drew Aller coming from Penn State. Look, man, Drew Aller, man, 6'5", 243 pounds. He completed 233 of his 389 passes. He threw for 2,631 yards on the season, completed 60% of his passes, 25 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, had a passer rating of 137 and a quarterback rating of 74. Listen to what I'm saying right now, y'all. Had an offensive grade on the PFF of 86.3, passing grade of 80, even a run grade of 80.9. He is by far statistically the best quarterback that is going to be in the Big Ten. Him and Dillon Gabriel, okay? Dillon Gabriel statistically, I would say is the best that's in the Big Ten statistically, right? But you could argue Drew Aller. Why? Because he has 2 more seasons left. 2 more seasons left, and the COVID year, if you want to get technical, or in this COVID year, I'm not sure how that works, because I've seen quarterbacks, people getting 5 and 6 years. So if he's not ready in 2, can he go again? I'm pretty sure he could right now. Yeah. So going into his junior season, doing what he's done and being ranked the way he is. Now, Dillon Gabriel this is his last year. This is Dillon Gabriel's last year in college. And then he'll be going on to the NFL, or his future endeavors, whatever it is that he's going to do. Excuse me. But Drew Aller at Penn State has a couple of years of eligibility, and his stats is already almost identical. And he's 6'5" and he's 243, and his run grade by PFF is higher than Dillon Gabriel's. So you know what I mean? So you can say, okay, and then his passing is damn near right there. And Dillon Gabriel, you could say Dillon Gabriel. Well, what stats did Dillon Gabriel have, as far as interceptions? He had 6 interceptions. He had 30 touchdowns. Dillon Gabriel did. Dillon Gabriel had 30 touchdowns, only 6 picks. Okay, that's damn good, But when you get looking at Drew Aller, he had 25 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. So y'all get where I'm coming from with that. Now you can make the argument all day, but like I said, they like the size. It looks all better. Like, he would be the more NFL ready quarterback, I guess. Being 6'5", 243 pounds, moving the way he moves, playing the way he plays. He knows exactly when he know how to flip that switch. Let me manage. Let me change. He got both. He has both, believe it or not. But look, I'm so excited about college football as a total. I just broke down the Big Ten quarterbacks with some of the team with y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. If I missed anything, if you want to add something up in there, how I did on a video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know y'all thoughts, man. Peace out. Y'all have a good Thursday. I'll be seeing y'all.